We roughly knew what our horses were going to get, and obviously the handicap's been compressed at the top, and it gives Tidal Bay a fantastic chance. I think Our Father and the package are two that stand out to me. Our Father hasn't got that much experience, but jumps very well. Ran a very good race in the Hennessy on ground that ended up being good ground, really. He's better with cut in the ground. And the package running the Grand National once before. He actually unseated Graham Lee that time, but he didn't warm to the fences early on. But as we know, the fences are different nowadays, and he was getting into a rhythm when, unfortunately, horse and jockey parted company. So he's always been a class horse. He's been off with a few issues, but he's on the way back, and he may go to Cheltenham before Aintree.
10-9, I guess much as you expected, or was it more realistic to say 1 stone 1 pound off top weight?
Yeah, I mean we would have loved to obviously had less, as many people would, and it's a difficult one with Tidal Bay, isn't it? How he and you knew that obviously the whole field was going to be judged around him, and to what mark to put him in. But look, it's a nice weight. Anything below 11 stone has to be a positive, and as long as we can get there in one piece, hopefully it'll be a nice weight for him. He's in at Haydock on Saturday, and that would be the plan as long as it's on and not too atrocious there. And then hopefully straight to Aintree after that, all being well.
And what about this slot? I mean, long run, obviously a Gold Cup win, and perhaps you're hoping that the National will just lift him a bit?
Yeah, we're going to run him at Kelso on Thursday, and then I don't know, then we'll see about Cheltenham. But I know Robert and Sam and myself are all, we're all keen to have a go, and I think we've got to accept probably his Gold Cup days are over, in which case we move on to this.
And I know you've always thought of Shakalaka Boom Boom.
Yeah, he's just going to have to go up, well, he won't go up a bit, the weights are out, but he needs to, he needs a few to come out to get in, but let's hope they do.
Is it the plan if you can sort it for him to run? I mean, is that the target?
Yes, it's been the target the whole way through. He ran a great race in it 2 years ago. It'd be very sad if he couldn't get in.
And also Hunt Ball, who I see is in a novice hurdle at Market Racing on Sunday.
But he is. You're probably going to Ascot, in fairness, and then Cheltenham and then Aintree. But I mean, we'll see. But I might mention Triolo de Lean, because he's probably the most important one of the lot.
Having won the Topham, of course, so knows his way home over the fences.
So I think he's probably the most obvious one. Yes.
And he again is another one targeted for the race.
Absolutely, it's been the plan the whole way through.
So you have 4, Philip, but I know a lot of people are interested in Balthazar King, because what a star that horse has been.
Yeah, he's been brilliant, particularly his last win when he won in France, which was fantastic, So he's been a great horse. But the problem is, we won't be deciding until a couple of days beforehand, because he won't be running if the ground's any softer than good to soft. He doesn't want soft ground. So the plan is that he goes for the cross-country race to Cheltenham, the Grand National, and then to the Lyon d'Angers for the cross-country race in France after that. That's the plan, but he won't run any of those if the ground's too soft.
What about the others? Planet of Sand, of course, has been a very, very good servant to the art.
He's been fantastic, particularly when he won the Guinness Gold Cup in Punchestown, the equivalent of our Cheltenham Gold Cup. He's not now as good a horse as he probably was in those days. He's 12 years old now. But having said that, he won last time out. He's now dropped a lot in the handicap, so you could make a case for him.
And Chance du Roy?
Chance du Roy's got proven national form over the fences, which is a big plus. I mean, he won the Beaches Chase in the autumn. It's very much the plan to go there, and he will appreciate soft ground.
And Sonny Hill Boy obviously has been there twice, and he quite likes the place, really. We're very pleased with his win at Cheltenham over Hulls, but he came back with an injury, and he's struggling a little bit with the injury at the moment, but hopefully we'll get him there in the one piece, He more or less goes straight there, really. We might get a race in him somewhere, but hopefully we'll get him down the one piece and drive on. Burton Port, he's obviously was a very good horse, hasn't showing any of it this year, really. We have had a wind operation done on him lately, and hopefully he'll come good on the day. He's in the weekend at Haydock and Ascot, and hopefully one of them will be on, and we'll see where we go after that, We've got Twirling Magnet in it as well, and Lost Glory and Murray King, and it all depends on how things go, We'll have more firm ideas after Cheltenham, really. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know really what to expect, really. I mean, the weights were going to be compressed by Tidal Bay. 10.7 means you've got a chance of getting a jockey who can do the weight, rather than about 10 stone when you struggle.
And the fact he went there last year, do you think that actually will be a plus come April?
Most probably not, because he actually ran next time out at Sandown and hated Sandown, so I don't know. I mean, frankly, if he goes there fresh and well, then he'll be fine. He'll forget about it.
Terrific last time. He must have been really pleased with it. Is that really what cemented, right, let's go for the National again, or has that always been the plan?
Well, I mean, I sold the horse originally with the idea they might run the National, but we did it once, and they decided to keep him to try again, and luckily things came good, and we were able to get in by winning the other day. So.
And what about from here? Presumably you'll get another run in before Aintree, I presumably, depending on the ground?
There's a possibility again Doncaster next week for a veterans chase. The owner's quite keen to go for what was the Racing Post chase at Kempton, but personally I think the ground will be awful by then, so judging by what we get through today. If he doesn't need to run again, he doesn't need to. He's a horse that goes well fresh, so I'm not really too fast really.
And for you, having won it once, how does much? I know it was a long time ago, and it was the ground's going to be very different. I mean, I cannot believe that even now, given what we've had, we're going to have Mr. Frisk type ground on the 5th of April. How much does it help though to draw on that experience?
Without being rude to anybody, it doesn't make an ounce of difference really. It's nice to have been there once in a lifetime, whatever happens. The ground will certainly be different because they'll never let us have firm ground again. But no, it's just nice to have a runner. I like the race. I've always been a great supporter of the race, so having a runner in the race is always good news.